Hi folks, doing? You have known here with your Mundus Minutes on April 24th, 2020. News, luxury merchant, and golden merchant stuff all in a few minutes. So first up in ESO news, the new Greymoor chapter is live on PTS and you can take a look at it now. If you have a North American character, everyone should be copied over this week. Next week should be EU characters. If you don't have a character on either one server, you can always go ahead and make a template character, which will make you a max level character so you can try out some of the new systems. Greymoor includes a new zone, a new trial, and a new antiquarian system, so you can go ahead and find antiquities around Tamriel and find some actually pretty neat effects. It's interesting mini game. I'll probably say it's equivalent to maybe like a mobile game with the way that you're kind of clicking around and doing things, but it gets kind of addictive as well. Also, if you do not have ESO Plus, you now have a free week. It's been going on since the 20th. It will end April 27th. Go ahead into any DLC zones, get your sky shards. If you haven't done some dungeons, now's a good time to do it. And also any trials that are under ESO Plus, which would include Halls of Fabrication under Morrowind, Cloud Rest under Somerset, and it does not yet include Elsewhere, which is going to probably come after Greymoor gets launched. Next, let's take a look at the luxury and golden merchant for this week. So first up in the luxury merchant, a couple plants. You have a Black Boom plant, Fanblade, Flowers, Starbloom, a Glowing Bush, Luminescent Veil Flowers, and Soul Splitter Weeds. These all have a kind of lighting effect to it. So if you're looking to just light up your house without much of, overhead or much of a lantern, that's kind of a nice way to do it. Except for these two. Now, next up on the golden merchant for this week. For 150k, you can get a Dreamer's Ring. When you take damage, when you're under 35%, you knock down all enemies with 4 meters and you for 2 seconds and heal for 7,000 health. That can occur once every 20 seconds. Kind of a lobby PvP type ring. The health is just stacked on with everything else in Max Magicka. I'd probably recommend go ahead and farming this out under the purple. If you're going to do it, I would not bother with the gold version in this. Fjord's Ring, which comes out of East March, yes. Weapon damage, critical, stamina, and reduces the cost and increases movement speed of sprint by 15%. Probably want to pick this up in purple, blue, or green. Would not recommend the gold, but the reason you want this, if you're a new player and you're trying to move around zones quickly and you do not have a good mount, this is actually a pretty good ring to do so. But again, I would not buy this in gold. Go ahead, just get a blue ring or get a purple ring. Don't have to spend that much for it. Next up for 250k, you have a Tomton's Ring. Weapon critical, stamina, weapon damage, and adds 400 damage to your physical attacks. This used to be a meta back with when bleed was still a thing, especially for Templars. Right now, not so much, but I do see some PvPers use it. It's your choice if you want to get it. If you don't want to get it for the gold version of it, you can get the purple version of it from Darkshade Caverns. Next up is Burning Spellwave Ring. This is actually a pretty meta ring for a lot of PvEers and some PvPers out there, especially for DKs. There are better sets out there, mainly Elfbane, but getting Burning Spellwave is not a bad idea as well in case they're going to nerf Elfbane in sometime in the future here. For 250k, it actually might be worth it because it's probably the second tier down from Elfbane, I'd say. And Trials gear, of course. For 100k, Earthgore hat, pretty meta healer hat, and also something you might want to use for a tank once in a while as well. It does get nerfed next patch, but it's still pretty good. I would definitely recommend picking this up, especially if you do not have the DLC. And Mighty Chitin's Guise, something used a lot. It's both PvE and PvP, the same as Earthgore. It gives you a lot of extra armor and also Major Resolve and yeah, Major Resolve, which gives you basically more physical and spell resistance at all times, so you don't have to slot a ability to do so. Definitely would recommend picking this up. Even though it gets nerfed, it's still a bit of armor that gets put on top of it, everything, and it also frees up that slot. So it is getting nerfed a little bit, but probably still going to be useful next patch. Especially get this if you do not have the DLC. All right. Anyway, that's Here None. That's your Mundus Minute. See y'all in Tamriel.